So I want you to say these words for me. I want you to say the words, I like myself. From now on, whenever you think of any difficulty, you simply say, I like myself. When I was a young man and I learned this, my self-esteem was very low. And your self-esteem is very much like a tire with a slow leak. It starts to go flat whenever you go out to build your business or to build your life. So you have to keep pumping it up. I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. Every time you say, I like myself, your self-esteem goes up. Every time you have a difficulty or a problem, your self-esteem goes down. When your self-esteem goes down, you pump it up. I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. When I started off with this, I would repeat this to myself 10 times, 20 times, 50 times a day. I needed it, all right? And you should do the same thing. But I don't suggest that you say this in crowded elevators or in public washrooms. But just say, I like myself, whenever you are going into a meeting. You get yourself psychologically ready by talking to yourself in a positive way. Here's what we have learned. 95% of your emotions are determined by the way you talk to yourself. If you talk to yourself in a positive way, you have positive emotions. You have more self-confidence. You have high self-esteem. People like you. People want to do business with you. What percentage of your decisions are emotional? And what percentage of your decisions are logical or rational? Well, the answer is 100% of your decisions are emotional. Human beings are completely emotional. We decide with our emotions, and then we justify it with logic. If you want to build your business, remember this is how people feel about you. Is the most important determination of what they do with you. If they like you and they like your personality, then they want to be associated with you. So when you go to work on yourself, you improve every part of your life. Final question, how many people here are self-employed? Well, the true answer is that everyone is self-employed. everyone works for themselves. Everyone is the president of a company with one employee, yourself. You are the president of an entrepreneurial company with one service to sell, and that's your services. Even if you work for someone else for all your life, you are always self-employed. You are always the president of your own personal services corporation. Now, this is important because the top 3% of people in our society see themselves as self-employed. Average people think that they work for someone else, but then that means they think that someone else controls their life, that someone else makes decisions for them, that someone else will take care of them and love them and hold them. Most people, when they become adults, go from their home with their mother and father to work, and their boss becomes their mother and father. And they want to be taken care of like little children. But the fact is that when you become an adult, you become the president of your own life. Now, I have a magic pen here, and I got this pen in Switzerland, and it's a magic pen that gives me special powers. And you shouldn't believe that. But by the powers vested in me, I hereby dub you all presidents. You are all presidents, you are all CEOs, you are all in charge of your own lives and your own companies. Congratulations. If someone asks you where you were tonight, you say you were at a president's conference. Yes, you got together with other presidents from around Seoul to learn how to run your business more profitably in the coming year. If they say, well, I never heard about it, you say, well, you probably weren't on the list. They say, well, what did they talk about? And you will say, well, mostly presidential matters. They would be of no interest. They would be of no interest to staff. In fact, if you're not with your husband or wife tonight, afterwards you can phone home and say, I'm now the president of my own company. And your husband or wife will say, oh no, you've been fired again. But you are all presidents, right? What that simply means is that you accept responsibility for your own life. You do not blame other people for your problems. You do not make excuses. You do not complain about things that you don't like. If you're not happy with something, you're the president. You change it. If you have problems, you solve them. If you have goals that you want to achieve, you achieve them.